Hi, I'm Cheryl. We're going to be making these cards today. Well, we're going to be making one card. They're similar to these. We're using the Definitely Dahlia stamp set, and as you can see, it makes a huge dahlia. And it covers almost all of the card front. On this one, I stamped happy, 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 happy on the front. And then on the inside, it says happy birthday to a very special person. And that's in the Elegant Eggplant. And then this is in Cherry Cobbler, the stamp, or the ink and the cardstock. And that says love you, love you, love you all over the front. And then you are amazing on the inside. The one we'll be making today, we're going to be using a Pacific Point ink and cardstock. And Pacific Point cardstock is standard 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. And then we also have 2 pieces of Whisper White, and one is actually both of them both of them are 5 by 3 3/4. One will be for the inside of the card, and then we'll do our stamping on another one, so we'll keep that handy. We'll also need our Memento Tuxedo black ink, and of course our stamp. Now I have my stamp mounted on a piece of plexiglass that I just keep around. Sometimes I use it to put stamps on that I'm gathering together to do these videos. Other times I use it for backgrounds. And I think this flower qualifies as a background stamp. I have my Stampin Spritzer. I'm going to be spritzing my flower. We need Snail. So, Definitely Dahlia. That's definitely a dahlia. And this wonderful stamp set, Crazy About You, it has all kinds of words that you can put together, and that's what I did. As you know, my love you, and you rock will be coming from this, and my happy came from here. But there's a lot of other ones you can string them together and make your own sentiments, as well as there's some floral and leaf stamps too. And then I'm going to be using the All Things Thanks too. This is where the You Are Amazing came from. That was on the inside of that one card. And on the one I'm going to make, You're the Best is excuse me, is the stamp I'll be using. And because I'm using Pacific Point, I've got my baby wipes. I always end up getting inky, but especially so, it seems, with the Pacific Point. So the first thing we'll do is open up our ink pad, and I want a piece of scrap paper here handy, and we'll just ink that stamp up real well. And I'm going to give it just a light spritzing. I like to do this with stamps that have a lot of solid areas in them. Okay, and we're going to take our piece of cardstock that goes on the front, and I'm going to set it down carefully on top of the stamp. I'm going to place this very carefully on top of the stamp too, and then I'm just going to rub all over the top. See, rather than picking the stamp up and pressing it down on the paper, I prefer to do it this way. Okay. I'll pull that up. And pull that up, and there we go. Beautiful Pacific Point Dahlia. Put that stamp aside. I can clean it later. And close this up. And I'll bring in my You Rock stamp and my Memento ink. And let's see, I'll turn it around. I think I want that end down. And ink up my You Rock stamp. Now, whenever you string words together like this, it's separate stamps, it's always a good idea to test stamp it. And I did. You just didn't see that part. And we just stamp randomly. Let's see. We'll put one there. And there. We just want a bunch of them. And we don't want them all lined up. Let's see. Put that one right to the edge. And maybe one up here like this. What do you think? One down the corner too? Yeah. We'll put one down the corner. And that's the stamping for our the front of our card. I'll put that aside. It is a little wet. Oh, I don't want to close up my ink yet because we need to stamp the inside of the card. Okay, so I have my You're the Best stamp here. Take these off. And put that on my little block here. Ink it up. And remembering that our card is oriented this way, I'll stamp that on here towards the top and centered side to side. And there we go. We've got our inside sentiment done. So you can see some cards you can just, actually most cards you can just make them and for any occasion that you like. You know, most are put up on YouTube as a birthday card or a anniversary card or a Valentine's Day card. Now see, this could be a Valentine's Day card. Under the You Are Amazing, you could stamp Happy Valentine's Day and it becomes a Valentine's Day card. But most cards you can change up the sentiments to become whatever kind of card you happen to need at the time. And a lot of times I leave my inside blank. Then I can just stamp whatever little Valley Girl accent, whatever I want. So just depending on what I need it for. My snail snuck around to the front there in a couple places. But I would just put snail on there and stick it down. And there we go. We're finished. Now you can make up a whole bunch of these cards. You could stamp the Dahlia, get this all attached, and then maybe just slip the inside one on the inside. And then when the time comes, you can stamp whatever you need on the front. So, simple card, very beautiful. One layer goes through the mail grate. Well, it's actually 2 layers, I guess. But if you've liked my video, then be sure to hit that like button down below. If you want to subscribe, there's a subscribe button right there too. If you want to shop with me, you can do that either through my Facebook page or my website. And as always, all the materials will be listed down below. So, y'all, take care, stay safe, and happy stamping.